Hello there, welcome back to my bench once again. Hugh here. In this tutorial I'm going to tell you the good old classic standard muddler minnow. One of the best flies ever developed. It's caught numerous amount of fish all over the world, as we know. Different sizes, different colors, different combinations. But I decided to tell you the standard version this time on a size 6, and only one difference. I ran out of molded oak turkey for the wings, so I used molded peacock quill, which still has the same color variation. So what I'll do is get this guy out of the vise, a fresh hook in, and I'll get started for you. Our hook is a size 6 mustad 9672. We'll lock him in the vise here. Get him locked down good. There we go. And our thread is UTC 140 denier and tan color. So for my muddlers, you want to start, I usually give myself a hook gap length behind the eye, because you need lots of room for your head and your wing and your collar in the front. So we'll wrap back to just above the barb. I'm going to snip off that tag end here, like so. Wrap back to above the barb of the hook, which is right there. Okay, first is our tail, and for the tail I'm just using one slip of the molded peacock quill for the tail, one section. And tail is, I usually get them about hook gap length, maybe just a tad bit more. We're going to pinch that in on top of the shank like so, pinch down, then pull straight up, then come down. And that should place it right on top for you, just like so. Okay, there we go. And wrap forward. Now we're not going to trim this short, we're going to trim this to the length of our body. So we'll cut that right about there, then we're going to wrap forward. So we don't want no bumps in our body. We're using tinsel for the body, so. Okay, snug that down good. Just like so, move forward. There we go. Now we're ready to tie in our tinsel. So there's our tail. Okay, now I have my tinsel ready. It's mylar, gold and silver on one, gold on one side, silver on the other. And I snipped it to a nice fine point here, which makes it much easier to tie in. And we want the gold side up, so we're going to tie the silver side facing us. So when we wrap, that puts the gold side down. So tie it in by the tip here, just like so. And we're going to start our wrap here. We're going to wrap back towards the tail, touching wraps, just like so. Keep wrapping back. Okay, but one more wrap here by the tail, and then we're going to start wrapping forward, just like so here. Nice close touching wraps all the way up here. Just keep wrapping forward, get to your tie off point. Okay, I'm going to make one more wrap, and then I'm going to tie this tinsel off, go a couple wraps behind, snug that down nice and tight. Okay, then we're going to wrap forward on it. Then we're going to wrap back on the tinsel to lock it in place, just like so. I'm going to snip off the tag end here. Okay. And there's our tail and our body. So I like to do on all my tinsel bodies before I proceed, I'm going to take a light coat of my solar res bone dry and put over that tinsel. Just get a nice light coat all the way around, just like so. And I'll take my needle here and just work that around. Make sure it's even all the way around the body, good full coverage, just like so. There we go. Give that a quick zap here with the light, just to cure that up. It only takes a few seconds to cure this stuff up, so there we go, that's good. Okay, next is our underwing, which is squirrel tail. I've already got some in the stacker here. I just gotta even it up a little bit. Okay, we'll take our gray squirrel. We're gonna line that up, measure the length we want here. I want it to come back just about to the end of the tail. We're gonna measure that up, snip it off where we want to tie it in, and like I always do, I put a little bit of head cement in the butt ends of this squirrel tail before I tie it in, just like so. Bring that down, do a nice soft loop first, come back, a couple more soft loops, and forward tighten down as you come forward. There we go. There's our squirrel tail. Next, we want to put in our wing, which is a paired. I got one section from the right and one section from the left side of the peacock quill, molted peacock quill. So we're going to tie these in for our wing here, and we're going to tie these in with the pinch loop method. Okay, I'm going to clip those to length, and I want them to come back about halfway on the tail. Set those on top, come up with your thread, down, pull down, and then come up, pull straight up nice and snug, then back down again, back up one more time, snug it up, then pull down and wrap forward. That should put it right on top of the hook for you, just like so. If you need to adjust your wings, you can have a look, make sure they're where you want them. Those look fine, right on top, that's right where I want them. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now we're going to snip off the excess here. We're going to wrap that excess materials down good, lots of snug wraps, and we're going to come back just in front of our wing here. Okay, so before I start spinning the collar and deer hair head, I'm going to take a little bit of super glue and put on those thread wraps, just like so. Make that good and durable. There we go. Now I've got some deer hair in the stacker here. Just going to spread that super glue around a little bit here. Make sure I get it all around the thread wraps. There we go. That looks fine. I'm just checking, make sure everything's straight here, the way I want it. Looks good. Okay. Now I'm going to stack this deer hair up in the stacker. The ends nice and even here. We're going to take that out of our stacker. Get any loose fibers out of there, short hairs and whatnot. Now the size bundle I usually use is a little bit thicker than a pencil width. I would guess you could judge it that way. And I only use one bundle here for my muddlers, so I'm going to snip that off. Now what I like to do is place that right on top, and I want those tips to come back to about the hook point. A little longer maybe on some of them, doesn't hurt. Then we're going to come up around one soft loop, another soft loop, tighten down, and let it spin right around your hook. Let that hair spin. If you have to adjust it, just give it a little tug, then wrap forward right to the eye of your hook, like so. There we go. There's our wing, our collar, and our head. So all we want to do now, got a few trap fibers in there I want to get out before I move it forward. Okay. Yeah, one more little turn here. Okay, then just take all that hair, pull back on it, just like so. Take your fingers and pull back, make a wrap or two. And snug back first, you can get that here. Pull it back, and we're going to form a nice little head on the front of our fly here. Just like so. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my whip finisher here. We're going to make a whip finish on this guy. Make 4 or 5 turns here. Just like so. Come down. Snug that up. Come in and snip off your thread. There we go. So now all that's left is our trimming. We're going to trim our head on our muddler. I'm going to pull these excess hairs out here. Just checking for trap fibers here. Just take your needle and run it through like so. There we go. Looks good. Okay, now we're going to start our trimming. So we're going to come in and just trim around the edge here first. Just like so. Keep trimming around here. Just like so. Okay, a little more fine tuning. Yeah, I see another little trapped hair there I want to get out. Okay, now I'm going to just take him out of the vise here for a bit to finish the trimming. Just a lot easier that way. Okay. Just bear with me here. Just forming our collar and head as I go. Yeah. Fine tune that head a little bit here. And just keep trimming away here till you're happy with it. So a little more trimming. I almost got it to where I wanted here. Okay. Takes a little time. You want to get. This is more for me than the fish. I just like to make them look good. So. Okay. Yeah. A few straight cuts here on the head of it here, and we'll be pretty well done. Okay. Just about there, folks. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Okay. Okay, we'll put him back in the vise here. There we go. There. There's another size 6 standard muddler minnow. I could do a little more trimming on them, but that's gives you the general idea. I would trim a little smaller head, but that would take a little bit longer, so I won't put you through that. But that's the gist of it, and as we all know how effective this fly is, so I don't need to explain that. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If so, hit the subscribe button to see more videos in the future, and give me a like as well. So once again, I want to thank you very much for watching, and signing out from my fly shop. I'll see you again soon, folks. So long.